Lena, is the chest with you?
Is it on me right now?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yes.
Bag of holding?
Should be.
Oh,
Unless you talked about putting it in the bag of holding.
I did talk about doing that. I just don't know if I did it yet. Probably. Wait, you feel like I did?
I don't think you did yet.
Oh, I don't think I did yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to. That's my plan. But I don't know if it's on my person right this second. I don't know if I would have brought it on the watch.
The real question is, where do you keep it on you? Like, it's a chest. Like, you just like stick it on your belt or something. Like, that's
Yeah, probably on my belt for the time being until I get it in the. I don't want to do that though until it's in the bag of holding. So I probably left it in the house during my watch, and then I will go back and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. You guys are gonna. Well, I guess Grail, you're gonna head back in.
I'm gonna stay out in the pasture for a little bit, and then I do want to go back, and I kind of want to check on Tessian.
creep a little bit. I like it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I had a weird dream, and now that we're connected, like I'm wondering if there's something going on with him too. So I am gonna creep a little bit. Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. So, Grail, go ahead and make a perception check as you go back into the house. And Tessian, what was your result?
14 on my intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
A perception, you said?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Critical fail.
Man, what is
no.
up?
I did well on my last one, and that was at disadvantage, but yeah.
Well, a million things running through your head as you head back into the house. You make your way in the direction of the room in which Tessian is staying. Tessian, you are not having a great time sleeping.
Oh, okay. Fun.
I mean, at least Karash got a nice night's sleep. That's cool. He's probably happy with his handiwork in the barn. Everybody else, having a tougher time. Your rest is a weary one. On the one hand, you feel like you're more than fatigued enough to be ready to go to sleep, and yet it just feels like there's something kind of holding you back in a sense. And when you do drift in and out of sleep, there are times where you just get these fleeting glimpses at some of the already fleeting and scattered visions that you saw, or memories, or whatever they might have been. And it feels kind of like the changing of one of them jolts you awake. There's not an actual jolt. You don't feel pain. You don't have a headache other than maybe a mild one just from not sleeping. But it just feels like, you might be kind of drifting, and then all of a sudden as you're getting closer to sleep, it's kind of like, oh, and then you drift off again, and oh. And Grail, as you check on Tessian in the early morning hours, you see him in the bed, and kind of observing him for a couple of minutes, you can sort of see him going through that very same process of he seems to be asleep overall, but he's clearly not in one of those deep REM sleeps or anything, because he keeps moving around a little bit. Doesn't seem to be in pain. Seems to be okay overall, but definitely doesn't seem to be sleeping that well.
Okay, and the necklace is still on, and he doesn't look shimmery.
Correct.
Okay.
He seems normal. Necklace is still around his neck. It has not slipped off in his sleep. That seems cruel. But then it comes off his neck and starts floating towards you. No, it's fine.
Yeah, great. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to end my creeper status and go back to my room.
Okay. So, morning comes.
The first thing I do after my watch is I'm going to put that stupid chest in the bag of holding.
Okay. As you finish your watch and head back to your room to retrieve it, as you come up on the chest, it seems to be making a thumping noise.
No.
Ah!
It's kind of a periodic, kind of a...
It's trying to get out.
Bump, 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 bump.
I hate this.
I'm probably just going to open the bag of holding and chuck it in there, because I'm not about to open the stupid thing. probably just gonna like carefully like reach out and kind of like stand far away and then like grab it and then throw it into the bag of holding.
As you reach out and touch the chest,
Oh God, no.
Reach out,
There's
touch
this-
chest.
everything's still super quiet because it's early in the morning and some of the people who didn't sleep as well are not quite awake yet. So there's kind of this calm, not really eerie quiet, just this regular sort of quiet that envelops the ranch. And as you pick up the chest and you go to transfer it into the bag of holding, you just feel that at the same time as you hear that noise, you kind of feel on the inside something just kind of hit the interior of the chest, and
Yeah.
then so just that, and then into the bag of holding it goes.
Yeah, so but it is locked, right? Like the chest is locked.
Nobody said they locked it, but
Maybe
whatever is happening with it is not forcing it open.
I wish I knew if the stupid thing was locked or not. I know we closed it, but doesn't it lock like from the inside or whatever?
No,
Oh.
because Tessian was able to reopen it again to test to see if it would blow up again, and it did not.
Oh.
No.
I wish I had like a spell or something
It
for
can
this.
be relocked, but it's not automatic.
Oh. Okay, in light of the fact that it's not actually locked, I'm thinking maybe we should lock it properly. And then put it back in there. So I will I'll probably go get Grail and I'll be very reluctant about this.
God.
And I'll just say, I don't want to alarm you, but I think the necklace is trying to get out of the chest, and we need to lock it.
And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe my dream was more, actually something that is trying to happen.
Yes, I'm beginning to think that now too. I was just about to put it in the bag of holding and realized that I was hearing a noise, and I'm pretty sure it's the necklace.
Yeah, I don't want it near me. I want it away as far as possible. So, yeah, how did I unlock? No, Tessian, who unlocked it? Wait, what?
You unlocked it
You,
with your mage
you're
hand
the-
and thieves' tools.
Okay,
Yeah.
so could I relock it?
You want to go to her room to where the chest is?
Yeah.
I will hold it close. I will keep it closed, and I'll suggest maybe using mage hands to try and lock it if you can, so you don't have to be like right next to it.
Oh yes, that is definitely a thing I'm gonna do.
And as
yeah.
you get into the room to do this, you hear
Faster? I hate this! I hate it! I hate it so much! Oh my god.
and as you hold it in your hands, Lena, it is starting to kind of rattle the chest a
But-
little bit.
Can I keep it closed?
Yeah, you can hold it closed.
Okay.
And it seems like it doesn't seem like it's in danger. Like it's not like jarring open as you hear these thuds, but they are
Yeah.
getting slightly louder and certainly faster.
I'm gonna back away from the room because I can still cast Mage Hand while being about 30 feet away. I'm gonna like
Yeah.
be far away, and then I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Do we like know this is happening? Like Cessian like got up and is like trying to go get some eggs for breakfast, and then just sees like possessed necklace and a thing trying to attack Rail. It's like a thing, or
I mean, maybe.
are they making a
don't
ruckus?
think I don't think Tessian's up yet.
Okay.
Isaac might be, if only because he's an early riser, but that's up to you.
Yeah.
Tessian, I think, with how poorly you slept, are probably still in bed. Isaac is kind of up to you, but you'll have to decide now. Is he up and about, or
Yeah. Are you here for any of these
because
shenanigans?
this is not so loud as to be noticeable or anything. Like it's an audible noise, but it's not.
So
like
what I
it's-
will say is I will get up in the morning and do my workout routine.
So if anything escalates,
If I have heard you guys screaming or something of the like, then I will come out. If it's a light thumping, I probably won't know what it is, or I'm thinking, Lena and Grail are getting busy or something. I don't know.
If the bed comes a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
You just hear thumping and the two of them making noise. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
screaming.
That's... Oh,
So you are able to once again summon your spectral, fun mage hand. Hand it the
I'm so
thieves'
glad
tools.
I have that.
Thank God, right?
And have it pilot the thieves' tools for you from, I don't know, 15 feet away or so. Because you have to be able to see, but
Yeah.
you can be basically through the doorway in the hallway as far back against the wall as you can be as you send the hand in to do this. It slides the thieves' tools in. You're familiar with the mechanism having done this once, and you're able to kind of gesture to get to the lock.
Okay. And as soon as it's locked, it's going in the bag of holding. I am chucking it in there. I don't even care.
I rolled a 21 on these tools, by the way, if that matters.
Okay, so you're able to do it really quickly then. So as this noise is getting more and more unsettling and still slightly increasing in speed, you quickly manage to slide the tools in, lock it. Lena then tosses it in the bag of holding, and the noise stops.
I just take a deep breath and thank Grail for locking it and apologize for making her get near it because that was terrifying.
No, I mean, had you not come to me, I think it would have come to me on its own.
And I nod and say it. I have never been more terrified of a necklace before.
That makes two of us. That's for damn sure.
Well, it's in there now.
Yeah,
So
hopefully it can just stay in there and we don't have to think about it for at least a few blessed moments.
Yep. I laugh nervously and then just sigh. Like, God.
So another hour or so perhaps passes, and that's enough time for everybody to either wake up or leave where they were staying. Karash, you can come in from the barn if you'd like, and Isaac finishes his workout. Tessie and you begrudgingly are like, well, that's about all the sleep I'm going to get tonight. And again, like everybody else, this is not a bad enough night or a torturous enough night to where you don't get your spells and HP back.
Do I regain my 10 or am I still down?
You're still down 10.
Okay.
At the very least,
say permanently.
a night's rest does not appear to have been the salve to cure that particular ail.
Delicious.
I'm definitely going to tell everybody what happened. I'm going to even mention my dream and how I didn't take it literally. And then I probably should have because... Honestly, I mean, think about it. All of my dreams and visions have been very literal, so I probably should have assumed that it wasn't some just like representation or metaphor or something. But yeah, I'll explain. And
Well, I hate to say it because I want so badly to leave this place, but maybe throwing it in the bag of holding isn't what we need to do right now. But I don't know what we can do more to try to address it. I'm at a loss, but it seems like maybe we shouldn't be ignoring it and hoping it will go away.
well, what would you suggest?
It's a great question. One of our
Says-
best minds for this task is involved in a way to where I think it complicates matters, so I don't
Tessie
know.
shakes his head and he's like, no, I think it's obvious. I think we need to see what happens when it gets to you.
You think she should
Oh.
wear it?
I think she should wear it. And if worse comes to worse,
I just
we use her necklace to cancel the effect on her. Just
But-
like you did with me.
I would be lying if I said that hadn't crossed my mind, but what stops me is... How are you feeling today, Tessian? You still look a little worse for wear. We saved you from shimmering away, but I hope
God.
this isn't the case, but there may be some permanent damage there that we don't know about.
I'm trying to decide if Tessian's going to be honest or lie to you guys.
I actually feel really good.
Tessian, I think he struggles with it until he kind of looks at Lena and realizes, no, I gotta be. He's like, look, I did this to myself, and if I have to live with the repercussions, and so be it. if this is the only way that we're going to resolve this permanently, maybe Grail can make sense of the visions of the necklace in a way that I can't. I don't feel better. It could be permanent. Maybe letting Grail commune or whatever it is with the necklace will fix this. Or maybe this is just my life from here on out. I'm not gonna know until we try.
And I'm just shaking my head, and I'm just gonna say, I get nothing but bad feelings from that necklace. I don't know. You'd think if it wanted to be with me, it wouldn't be actively harming me. No? Is that an incorrect assumption?
Well, to be fair, it's not actively harming you. Tessian is. It was maybe never meant for him, and that's is what caused all of this.
Tessie nods.
But I understand your hesitation. I am unsure myself. It occurred to me a good option might be to put both of the necklaces on at once. They seem to be a yin and yang, if that exists in this world, of each other. Could balance it out and make it clear.
Well, before we do any of that, we need to be clear what happens if Tessian tries to take off the necklace as is. If in any way this is going to be problematic for Tessian, I can't do that. I simply cannot wear both if Tessian will start shimmering again.
Laureen seemed to... She used, like, magic stuff, didn't she? She was kind of a... Or I might be thinking of the Countess, though.
The Countess was somebody that... I mean, you guys didn't pick this up as quite as strongly as the Shard did, because he was actually doing, like, detect magic. I think Karash might have at one point and picked up that she was a pretty big blot on the magic radar. She was the one that was magically attuned. Lorena is technologically based, it seems like. She's familiar with magic to some extent, but the stuff, like the mechanisms in her house / estate / whatever, were all, like, there was a conveyor belt and a wall partition and things that were more, like, gear technology based.
I would want to ask the Countess, but we committed to not going there, bringing them undue attention. I don't think we should go back on that. It might be we'll be at Laureen's place in, it's like a day there, right? Pretty much.
Less than.
If it's the same to everyone else, we can see maybe she will have some insight or know someone there who will. If not, then maybe we go through the next step. I think we need to have this resolved before we go to the next leg of our mission. What do you guys think?
Tessie nods.
Yeah, I think so too.
One more day. Try to get some more wisdom, and it gives us another day to see what this thing does or doesn't do, how Tessian is feeling. A little more insight.
Yes, I agree. We shouldn't rush things yet. Not until we have a little more information at the very least.
Crash, you've been quiet. What are your thoughts?
I wish to be rid of the muck in the barn.
All right. Well, let's go then. This has been such a whirlwind. I've almost forgotten to thank Millicent and the fucking dad's name. I can't remember.
Steve!
That's it.
Steve?
Rollins.
Oh. Millicent and Steve.
Cowboy Steve.
And Rollins.
And this spread of breakfast that you guys have gathered in the downstairs area to eat as you guys have this conversation, it's pretty clear that this is overcompensating on Millicent's part. She's gone above and beyond because she's worried or because she's concerned or whatever. Like, this is especially for Grail and Lena, who've been here for like 4 days now, this is above and beyond what normally would be here, and it seems to be her way of kind of trying to watch out for everybody, I guess,
Aww.
And
That's nice.
She keeps, Grail, you can tell because you know her the best, like, she keeps seeming to like want to chime in, but she seems like really uncertain, and so she's just really listening attentively. And your father's out doing some chores this morning, but you you can tell, especially you, Grail, like she wants to help, but she has no idea how.
Yeah, and I will pick up on that, and I do want. I mean, I think we should pick up and leave soon because we've been here forever. But I do want to, at least approach kind of like take my mom aside and just like, tell her that we're gonna sort things out best we can, and to thank her and say, we'll be back. I will be back, and we appreciate everything they've done for us, and that will be okay, even if that's a lie.
Well, let's see. Nope, bad insight check.
That's probably what she wants to hear at any rate. So.
Well, that's just it, yeah. So she wants to believe it as well as anybody else. So she shouldn't have a lot of reason to think that you're lying to her, but she has doubts in general, whether you say it or not. But she says, well, it's the least we could do. I mean, we said it the first night you were here. It was wonderful having you back. And it's been lovely meeting your friends, and I wish it was under better circumstances. It seems like there's been a lot happening, but...
So much, too much. I look forward to the day when I can come home and it will feel refreshing, like I'm home. And right now that's not the case, but I'm just happy the two of you are safe for now. That's what matters most.
Well, your pa and I keep clinging to the hope that there will come a time when both you and your brother can do that the situation will be aligned right, that everybody can be back. Maybe not all the time. I don't think we expect you to come back and live here, but, regular visit without people chasing you or other people your pa met coming and lighting the house on fire, like regular families do. Seems
it'd
like it'd
nice.
Be awful nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. I think that'll happen too. It's just at a very hectic time in everyone's lives, it feels like, but I think soon that will happen. Sooner rather than later, hopefully.
She reaches out and kind of like clasps your shoulders.
And shocks me.
And you take 6 points in it. No. And she kind of uses this to like make sure that you're looking at her as she says this. And she says, I don't know what all this means. Like you, I honestly don't think I have the first idea, but your grandmother always said that she was trying to look out for you. And I don't know what the hell this second necklace is doing, but I still think she was trying her best to protect you. Maybe whatever's happening makes it so that's not the case anymore. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. I hope that what she intended is still coming through. But whatever it is, I just want you to know that she really did look out for you more than anybody. I don't know if it was because you were the only daughter of the three. I'm not sure, but she was always keen in making sure that you were safe. So I hope you don't think less of her for all this.
No, absolutely not. If anything, it, in some strange way, brings me closer to her. I never once crossed my mind that this would have been anything malicious intentionally on her part. I think it's something we need to figure out before we can really move forward. But it's strange. I mean, I think about Gran often, but now it really does feel like she's here with me in some way.
I think that was her intent, but I don't know. It was almost like pulling teeth trying to get answers out of her. She was very independent. Can you imagine?
Sounds like that runs in the family.
Yeah. Isn't that something? I always tell your pa that if he ever wants to blame my free spirit, he knows exactly where to turn. But she kind of like pulls you in instead of like clasping your shoulder. She pulls you in for a hug. She says, and she kind of like rubs the small of your back. She says, you're always welcome. If you get in a spot of trouble, you can come back. If your friends, any one of them or the group of them want to come back, they're welcome. They would have been welcome regardless. But everything they did for us here. They need only ask, and we'll do whatever we can.
Thank you, Ma. That means a lot. And then I just kind of like I return the hug and I kind of like hold her there very like tightly. And I don't want to pull away, but I know we have to leave. So I do finally kind of, pull away, and I nod at her. I again say, "Thank you so much, Ma."
Well, think nothing of it. Now, you got to do me one thing.
Anything.
Don't leave without saying goodbye to your pa.
Oh, absolutely not.
He wouldn't say
I'd
anything,
never.
but he would be very disappointed if he found out.
I would never. I'll go see him before we head off. Worry not.
So she finally reluctantly let you go. Anything else you guys are going to do before heading out?
Oh, God.
I'd probably thank Millicent and Rollins as well. Pretty quickly, though. But I'd try to be nice about it, obviously. And then I'd probably go and get the cart ready to load up our lovely prisoners, and then kind of just get that all situated.
Okay.
Are we going to load them, or are we going to make them walk?
What did we do last time? I feel like we've done this before, and I don't remember what we did.
I'm pretty sure we put them in the cart last time we had prisoners.
I mean, I would prefer that so that we don't draw undue attention to the fact that we have like a whole string of people.
Yeah.
Caravan.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah.
a little gross. So yeah, I'll probably
Conga line.
load them into the cart then. Easier to keep track of them that way.
Okay. Millicent gives you a big hug as well.
Aw.
Upon hearing you guys are getting ready to leave, Rollins comes back to the house, stops what he's doing. He goes up to you, Grail. He says, your ma would probably kill me for saying this, but do whatever it takes. He's looking at you kind of like pointedly. He says, I'm not much thrilled with your brother's approach, and I know you found yourself in a spot of trouble. Not that you've started it, but protect yourself, protect your friends. Anything last night was just a reminder that the only people you can trust are the ones who are closest to you. Now, I'm not saying go get violent or anything. I'm just saying I don't even think I need to tell you this, to be honest. Just whatever you have to do to keep yourself and them safe, don't hesitate.
Well, and I nod and I say, I will, and that goes for you and Ma too. I will do anything in my power to make sure that you're safe and in good hands.
He says, well, I appreciate it, and especially what all of y'all did. I would say this, too. If you could do me a favor, just when you drop off them prisoners, just make sure you spread the word. I think it'll buy us a spot of quiet if they hear that there was a whole bunch of people defending the ranch.
I agree. Will do, absolutely.
So don't be quiet when you drop them off, you know. Maybe brag
Bang
a
some
little
pots
bit.
and pans.
Yeah, just show off a little bit. Show out.
Sounds good. I think we can manage that. And I kind of like turn away from like Mom, and I'm just kind of like, I'll be sure to send some money your way if possible to help with the farm.
They both kind of look sheepish at this. Look, I'm not thrilled about it. It's not. I didn't choose it to be a sheep ranch. That was not my decision. They both kind of, they're a little shy about that, but they also seem appreciative because they can use the help. They're not struggling, but they're not thriving either. So your mom basically says, as long as it doesn't put you out, we
Not at all.
don't ever short yourself just to help us. But if you can, we'd certainly be obliged.
Yep. All right, so I hug my dad.
7 points of necrotic damage.
Yep. I'm pretty much dead by now, so that's
Yeah,
good.
you started the day right. The best part of waking up is necrotic in your cup.
Yeah.
The two of them kind of say their goodbyes to the rest of you, wish you well on your trip, tell you basically what they told her about, you're welcome back anytime. If you need anything, let us know. Anything else before you head to the north?
Tessian finds a second to meet with Isaac in his room.
Ooh.
Clandestine.
And he checks the hallways to see if anyone else is around or listening, and tries to find a quiet moment, and is like, Isaac, I was wondering if we could talk for a second.
Of course. What is it?
This whole thing with the necklace, I trust you out of everyone, are perhaps the most willing to let things happen if they need to. It is, I'd like to think we can both agree that this is my fault. And I would like to be able to trust you that if the decision comes down between me and Grail, you ensure that it's Grail. And he kind of gives him a pointed look.
Okay. I don't really like lingering on that thought, but if it comes down and we have to make a choice of who to save, I will respect your wishes.
And he nods. He's like, there's a lot going on here. And I can't guarantee that me being lost to this, whatever it is, who knows what will happen. I felt like I was going someplace else. Who knows what would happen if I get there? Grail is caught up in this, and I think it's important that she see it through. My life can't be of any consequence if that's how we're going to get answers. And if I'm out of it, I don't get a vote. So I need you to help carry my wishes through.
Well, let me assure you, we, or at least make it clear what my intentions are. We are going to do everything that we can to save you. Sometimes you have been flippant with your own life. We are not going to be the same. We will do whatever it takes. If it comes down to a choice, then yes, I will respect your wishes. Does that sound fair?
And he nods. He's like, yes. Thank you.
And I kind of turn to leave, and I'm like, I stop, and I say, I think you're going to make it out of this, and we're going to all get through it together. But if it doesn't happen, do you have any other last wishes that you want to make sure that I carry through? Is there anything important that if you don't make it, that I can carry it on for you?
And he kind of thinks about it for a second, and he's like, just keep an eye out for Lena. And if you see Thea, let her know that I love her, and let her know what happened. That's it.
Okay. Give him a pat on the shoulder, and can I stay strong, though? We're going to get through this.
And he kind of brings his hand up to clutch the necklace, and he's like, yes, of course. Right. And then kind of straightens up a little bit and pats him on the shoulder, and let's get going then.
And Isaac lets him go through first and kind of smiles to himself and then follows.
Yeah. Tessia's ready to go.
Okay.
Nice.
Any last points of business?
This is so cute. Okay.
I'm gonna leave the Gorgon head here.
Not cute anymore.
Oh, but like that's a good like Western, instead of like the cattle horns up above like the mantle, there's a Gorgon head up there. Like I like it.
It's an effective scarecrow, I think.
I'm not even gonna ask. If I clean the skull successfully in the night, I'm gonna put the whole damn thing up on top of the barn, like above the door.
Okay.
That's a good closing shot for this arc too.
Just the barn. There's the Gorgon head up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's just scorch marks out in the field from where we opened the
Yeah,
chest.
symbolically
Yeah.
too. This ranch is touched by death.
Still some blood on the ground. Front of the house is still a tiny bit crispy.
Yep.
The necklace was actually fine until y'all murdered a bunch of innocent people on it. You're the ones that defiled it.
And
It was
got
in
thirsty.
good shape before
got
that.
thirsty for blood. It acquired the taste. So, as our group prepares to head north back to Glencogo to check in with Lorraine de Grey, and then from there we'll see what they do next. That'll be the end of this session. Next time, the group heads north, sort of the conclusion of this arc. At the very least, it seems to put the end of Sheepstop Hollow for the time being. Where the group goes next, we'll find out next time on the Anachroschism.